Hey everybody, welcome back to a new episode of Entropia content. Sorry guys, I've been gone for a while. I actually recorded 2 episodes back to back so I could get some family stuff done. No, I don't actually record every day, just 99% of the time. Alright, looks like we got a big sweat event, so I'll stay here and say hi while I catch up with everyone talking. Hey everybody. Come on.
Hello.
Right, so while I do this sweating, I'll check what happened in the auction. Looks like by the way my ped went up, or Project Entropia dollars, so we got some action. So let's see what this wonderful action is. Ooh, so... Oh, that was a nightmare. I really should have brought this stuff to Calypso and sold it. What a mistake. No one bought it. Well, they bought it, but didn't buy it for the correct markup. So on that sale, I lost probably around 40 to 50 ped with all the shipping cost and markups I paid. Hey, everyone's saying hi to me. Well, not everyone. Another famous player. Yeah, I guess I'm famous in the Entropia universe. Or, it seems a little bit odd, I only get 40 views an episode. If that makes you famous, but... Alright, so let's check out the other damages. Oh my god, this rock didn't even sell. For no markup at all. Man, Rocktropia is absolutely hurting when it comes to auction sales. What a mistake trying to sell that stuff there. Alright, well I gotta remember that for the future. A, never put stuff for sale on the Rocktropia auction unless you want to just get ripped off. Or, if you want to buy deals, try buying on the Rocktropia auction. No one else is bidding against you. Oh well. Try not to get too down in the dumps. Yeah, the bonding liquid is worth 200%, and someone got it for 103%, and I lost another 30-some ped. Alright, so because I sold that on Rocktropia, that bankrupted my entire Siren trip that I was saying I was profiting. So that's where you gotta be really careful when you sell stuff, right? Like, I don't know, the Rocktropia auction is probably one of the worst case scenarios when it comes for selling. Yeah, that is really sickening. It's like I really would have rather just sold it to the trade terminal rather than give those people those deals. Oh god, what a mistake. Well, it's not really... Oh man, I still can't believe I just lost all that ped. Oh fuck. Oh well, doesn't matter. Win some, lose some. Yeah, Yoshi was, I was telling her about the daily crafting missions. How much profit was I making per trip? Really depends on how much I'm going to be able to sell those prints for. But given if they sold for 5 ped each, yeah, maybe I'll share with her the leggings. Fuck, I'm trying to remember. Do I have any? Yeah, I do. Good. I'll put up very popular in the Mankini community. Oh well. Yeah, not to get too down in the dumps right off the bat, because yesterday was kind of a fun day. Had a whole bunch of family over doing the social distancing for Thanksgiving. It's getting ridiculous. Like, everyone's getting sick from trying to eat outside. And it's like, geez, why don't we just fucking eat inside instead of listening to these stupid rules? But gotta listen to them because now they got huge fines. They're starting to put Canadians in jail. 2 Canadians are facing 6 months in jail and $500,000 in lockdown fines just because they traveled out of the country and didn't isolate when they got back. Isolate, it's like, how many people are actually isolating? Everyone just goes to the store still. So if you call that isolating, it's like, I don't know what you're calling it. Anyways, yeah, so you gotta be really careful. But thank God, the good news, even the World Health Organization admitted today that the lockdowns are making everything worse and countries should stop doing them. I was like, oh, thank God. It's like, now I don't even have to argue with the World Health Organization. Now it's just fucking crazy conspiracy theorists that are saying that we should lock down, including our Prime Minister. And that's the funny thing. In Canada, they try to make it a left and right issue. They're like, oh, the Liberals are locking us down. And I was like, well, check, actually. The Liberal Prime Minister is locking us down, but the second worst lockdown offender is Rob Ford, the Conservative. So it's like, we actually have a problem with the Liberals and the Conservatives. The left and right wing is fucking us over. Dear God, yeah, and I was so happy some more stats started coming out in Sweden. They show Canada's death toll, how fucking skyrockets up and down. Sweden went up less than Canada, and then it's been down ever since. So this fucking bullshit about Sweden being wrong. It's like, normally I'm one of those people that bash Sweden a lot, but hey, they got us on this one. They were right. Now I should have seen it coming, because this is what humanity has done since the beginning of time, and every time it's worked. So I was like, why all of a sudden would it not work? Alright, so I gotta open a window to show them how many people have viewed the People Makes Games video. I'm kind of scared to check. Alright, let's go see what it is. Alright, I'm back, and looks like the People Makes Games video. I'll show everyone. Check it out. It's up to almost, yeah, over 750,000 views. It's kind of scary to think that like almost 1 million people have watched some of the work I did. Well, not that I made that video, I was just featured in it, some of my content, right? So alright, so I was just mentioning to them, yeah, the People Makes Games video is almost, yeah, over 750,000 views. No, I thought someone was calling me, I just had to go check. I gotta go move my uncle in a few minutes. Oh boy. Yeah, so it was nice to actually see my family for a change. I was thinking, really? We could have Ebola or like flesh-eating disease or anything spreading, and if you had to compare getting that to never seeing your family again, what would you do? It's like, man, I was starting to think how anyone ever bought into this. Well, I know what it is. It's actually women's instinct. They have to instinctively try to nurture everything. That's why it's one of the most dangerous leader traits you can get. It's like if you were in a lifeboat and the Titanic was sinking, if you put someone who has nurturing instincts in charge, you would just kept letting people onto the lifeboat over and over and over again. Until guess what happens? The lifeboat would sink. So you need some sort of jackass leader who's going to say, hey, can't be nurturing. We have to do what's right for everyone, the greater good. And it takes balls to do that, like no pun intended. So yeah, so they would say, hey, see all these women and children on the lifeboat? Sorry guys, we're leaving. And we leave, let them die. That's what you have to do as a leader, make harsh decisions, and it gets people killed. So that's why it's like very dangerous to put someone in charge as a leader who's just going to nurture and never be able to make those hard decisions. That was actually a whole episode of Star Trek Next Generation they did it on. So I was like, yeah, it's like everyone tries to say Gene Roddenberry was so left-wing progressive. It's like, no, he was actually a hardcore conservative. Well, maybe he was more of both. He tried to see the aspects of both issues. Sometimes he would say it was good to have women leaders, and other times he would say, holy shit, it's a disaster, it's going to kill everyone. Now, to be fair, the nicest or best leader that we've ever had near me in Mississauga is happen to be a woman and she served to be like 80 or 90. So there's always going to be exceptions to the rule. I'm not trying to put everyone into categories. And I'm just saying, like, in general speaking terms, women are nurturing, right? Alright, I'm back, everyone. Sorry if I'm a little bit out of breath. I had to carry my uncle a couple times this time because we lifted him and then forgot that we didn't have his new diaper on, so then I had to lift him again. Lifting twice is quite a bit of work. Right, so there appears to be some more information in the sweat circle talking about different events. So let's try to get that into the bank of the chat. Maybe I'll be able to cover it for a new episode. Yeah, hey Paladin. I should say hi to him because I'm always saying how people don't say hi. Oh, welcome to the circle. Yeah, I gotta try to forget those items that sold so terribly on the auction. I don't know what I was thinking. It's like, man, I wish I was high as fuck so I could have used that as an excuse. Idiot. Why would I put it for sale on Rocktropia? It'd be like taking ice and then trying to sell it in the fucking Arctic. That's basically what I tried doing there, and I was acting surprised when it didn't work. Okay, I was hoping to hear what everyone said about the People Makes Games videos, but I was gone for so long, there's lots of new chat. Right, they're saying something here, if you're bored on Sundays, why not try and get into a PFEU hunt? So let's bring this up and see what it's all got. Oh, come on, you fucking whore. There we go. Not that there's anything wrong with whores. Right, it says that this page cannot be found. So did I copy it wrong? What happened? Maybe the period was wrong? Oh, come on, you whore. Just fucking copy this shit. I wish it was like normal, you could just click it twice and it would copy the whole thing instead of highlighting it. It probably does work and I'm just screwing it up. Oh, come on. Oh, you piece of shit. It's like a fucking rocket science to copy and paste something in fucking this game. I don't know. Yeah, I tried the event page. The only thing I have against this event, I think they're doing the 20 agility thing. So when it comes to, what is it, 40,000 players that have created fake accounts, this is drastically contributing to it. You could even call it breaking the game, right? Like, hey, Yoshi is responding that she hasn't tried the daily mission yet. I'll put that, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it only takes 50 probe drops to complete. Probe drops to complete. And even the rookie. Yeah, obviously you're not going to make it rich doing that daily mining mission, but I think it is pretty fun. And if people are looking for, here it is, upcoming events. So I'm clicking it, nothing's happening. Oh, here they got a whole bunch of stuff. Alright, so I'll bring it up. Yeah, sorry Yoshi, if you wanted to keep her chats private, just let me know sometime. Maybe I should ask her in this chat. I was just thinking that if anyone's worried about me broadcasting chats, just tell me in advance, like, hey, are you recording? Because pretty much any time I'm playing, I usually am recording. Oh man, recording this episode's not going well today. It's like my roommate just keeps running back and forth, asking me for stuff every time. I'm like, man, I only need a few minutes to finish recording in the day. Can I please just finish recording? So I lock the door. Now when I lock the door, it gets so hot in here that I feel like I'm gonna die. So then if I open the window, the fucking neighbors can hear me recording. So it's pretty much a lose-lose situation any way I look at it. But it's giving me something to talk about, I guess. Alright, so let's bring up some more information. We got this PFEU, whatever it's called. You can see the link they were giving me. It returns, oops, the page is not found. And it says they got a hunt. So they got these hunt events. Looks pretty cool, if anyone wants to check it out. I'll try to remember to put a link in the chat for it. Hey, they got a Discord channel too. That's pretty cool. I've started to use Discord more now because I found, well, I got it working so that you don't have to install anything. Every time I install stuff from my computer, it usually breaks it. So when everyone's like, hey, install an app or something new, I'm like, I'll install it on another computer, but I'm not going to install it on the one that I use for the show. Puny Bash. Maybe they're not doing the agility for selling sweat. That'd be pretty cool. I shouldn't be bashing all the people that do that. It is a pretty well established thing to ask people to create fake accounts to sell sweat. Well, indirectly asking them by requiring something that requires them to do that. I don't know, it's really sad. Like, I want to just click here on the side and read these event things, but there's no links. So I don't know. Now, I would go over in more detail reading this all, but I'm just going to show it to you guys on the screen because, man, I got a brutal migraine headache going. I took 2 extra strength Tylenol, but arguing with my roommates about recording just, like, doubled the fucking intensity of it. Oh, God. Alright, so donations and globals. Yeah, this is a pretty neat organization thing they got going here. Big shout out to them. Thanks for doing stuff for the Entropia community. Anyone else who's doing stuff for the Entropia community, just let me know if you want me to feature it on the show. I'm always looking for new content ideas, so usually stuff like that is great. Oh man, I still can't believe I lost all that money on the fucking Rocktropia auction. Oh, that's like weeks and weeks worth of profits down the drain when that happens. That's why it's a little bit discouraging. Not that I actually care how much the money's worth. And some other people are probably like, oh, I go hunting and mining and crafting and lose that much in a few seconds, so I really shouldn't be crying over spilt milk. It's just devastating for, like, I spent how many days on that episode trying to prove that I can make a profit doing it, and then that one bad move on the auction sale just fucked everything. Not in a good way. Oh well, so yeah, I can't read anything more, so I'll move that off the screen. Looks like these people are getting ready to go somewhere, but I won't be going anywhere because I'm staying here. I gotta do that, finish that crafting mission for the vehicles. And I gotta finish the Lysterium, or Lesser Elijah one. Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's really bad news that I got all those missions for the Lesser Elijah thing because I can't do them right now. Isn't it funny? The daily mission is called Multi-Faction Daily, and then the non-daily, or the other one that isn't part of the daily mission thing, is called Daily Lesser Elijah Crafting. How confusing is that, right? Well, I guess both technically are dailies, but the one has just all the daily missions, and the other one's just the Lesser Elijah, I guess. I gotta get going. I can't stay here and sweat it anymore. It's giving me my headache worse. Oh, fuck. I had the volume turned down for recording. Piece of shit. Oh, God. I knew when I was doing that recording last night where I had to turn the volume down, I'm like, for pray to God that I remember to turn it back up before I record a whole episode and have low volume with it. So sorry, guys. The whole beginning of the episode had low volume. Maybe you're just able to adjust the speaker and turn it up. Or down now. Oh. Oh, here I am walking up the fucking stairs, not paying attention because I got a fucking migraine. Jesus Christ. Whew. Okay, try to focus on positive stuff, not make my headache worse. Now I've been spending weeks and weeks and weeks trimming plants, and I just like trimmed plants last night till like fucking 4 in the morning, trying to do some last minute harvesting. I don't know, despite my plants being shorter, I think putting them into bushes actually did give me way more to trim. Alright, let's just, where was that? Oh, fuck, man, I really should have wrote down the name of that teleporter that I went and got the thruster print at last time. Because now what I'm going to have to do is just go to the teleporter and start randomly picking the bottom ones until I find it. Was it this one? Yeah, I hope everyone else had a good Thanksgiving. Oh, the biggest thing for me in Thanksgiving was hearing the okay from the World Health Organization to stop the lockdowns. It's like, dear God, like I don't know how many millions of people that was going to kill. And they're like, oh, it's saving a few thousand lives. Maybe, could be, but we're actually seeing millions dying on the theoretical possibility of saving someone. Now, I don't blame anyone who's for the lockdowns. I'm pretty sure the government tricked everyone to think that the human immune system actually is strengthened by isolating yourself. Or by staying inside, not getting sunlight. Or by wearing a mask that will prevent you from breathing in particles of viruses and building natural immunity without getting sick. It's basically the whole opposite prophecy. Eh? We literally have our government teaching us that the exact opposite of what is true is what we should do. And then people are listening. It's very nice of the people to do that because really in the old days we had to listen to the government because they were telling us what was good to do before the opposites. Alright, so yeah, it wasn't this place. Maybe it was Vulcan Pass. Ugh. Nope, not Vulcan Pass. And I hope I didn't switch to the top of the list when I found that good teleporter, because now I'll be like going for days. Oh, here we go. You know me, going for days. Oh god, I got a headache. Even laughing makes it worse. Alright, back in 1 second. Man, do I ever miss my old neighbors? My old neighbors barely came outside at all, and they definitely weren't doing construction outside. And my new neighbor has basically been doing construction outside for a year and a half, maybe, every day. I guess he doesn't have a job that he has to go to. Maybe he's like a landlord and he just does that sort of thing. So, yeah, so he's outside doing construction every single day for a year and a half now. So I'm like constantly chainsaws, hammers. I can't even open my window for a year and a half. And it really sucks because my roommates won't allow me to open this door because they're going to keep walking back and forth. So literally I'm screwed. I can't record the show without closing everything and then just turning into a fucking sauna. To the point where the air gets so stale I can't even breathe. Oh well, try to stay optimistic. I'm trying to think, like, the way my life is going, the situation I'm in right now shouldn't last too much longer. Someone's going to croak. If it's not me, it's going to be one of my other roommates, and when that happens, then I'm probably going to have to go find a new place to live. And when that happens, then it'll probably be for the best. Not the croaking part, obviously, but just to give my life a little bit of a change. Because you can tell this is starting to get to me. This whole social isolation, being isolated with people that constantly annoy me, non-stop. It's pretty much a worst case scenario. Like, I'd almost rather be homeless living in the fucking woods somewhere, like away from civilization altogether. But I know that that will get to you eventually too, so the grass always seems greener on the other side. Speaking of grass, what day is it today? The 11th. Dear God, I can hardly wait till fucking vaporizing again. I really should just start now, but I want to see if I can do Sober October. It's nice, even the excess, well, I shouldn't say that, now I was thinking about it, I did have excessive dreams last night, but I barely slept at all, so that's why I didn't get many. Come on. Now, let's start with the few full condition clicks, just in case to give me some nice loot, although I highly doubt it. It's like waiting for nice loot in Entropia is like, I don't know, I'm going on 12 years. How about you guys? Now, the only way I've ever gotten good loot in Entropia is getting it myself. It's one of those games where people are like, oh, I can't get rich playing the game. It's, well, yeah, it's because you're trying to get the game to give you the money. You actually have to do it yourself. Buying and reselling items, other shit like that. There's no way you're actually going to profit from the game, unless you're like 1 in a million. Well, that's a weird thing, eh? When you think about how small the Entropia player population is, really shouldn't we all have at least Hall of Famed once? Or like, repeatedly? Like, I don't know, it seems weird. Like, there's only, what, 1,000 some daily players? And it's like, is it the same people globaling and Hall of Faming over and over and over again? And that everyone else just doesn't ever? Well, we got a couple successes there. Absolute garbage value. No blueprints. So I figure I'll switch it up to the queue. Instead of complaining, let's get some actual progress by doing something differently. Oh god, I gotta close this other window. Shut up! I gotta close this other window. Yeah, I think I have globals turned off, and I have the camera facing so I can't see myself. So that's a double fold mistake. Oh no, I got globals turned on. So I'm not that bad today. And I kind of wish they would streamline this crafting window so it was a little bit smaller, didn't take up like 3/4 of the screen. So that way when you're shooting globals to show people and stuff on videos, that you're not always like struggling to try to fit yourself in the frame. Oh well. Yeah, it's weird. It's like my headache is so bad I actually feel disorientated. It's pretty fucked. It's probably because I didn't sleep for 2 days. The previous night, same problem. Staying up, doing the harvesting. I think I got 1 or 2 hours sleep. And then the next night, I think I got 2 hours sleep again. So I think I've had about 4 hours sleep in the past 3 days. It's making me a little bit out of it. Now, if people are wondering why I'm cramming all of it at once, because it's basically a time-sensitive thing. When it's ready to pick, you have to pick it, and if you don't start trimming it until you're done, you lose a lot of it or waste it. So it's like I really have to force myself to try to finish it, or it's a nightmare. Wish I could finish it quick. Yeah, while this is going, there's no way I'm getting a global. So I'll just show you guys the Bitcoin casino spin. We're at 34,067. Let's give it a roll. 34,085. Woohoo. Yeah, I'm just hoping for another thruster print or something. That would be pretty sweet. I had 2 copies of that. Huh. No, I was checking something and I had duplicates. Oh. Now I'm gonna have to log on to YouTube today and check how my Intellivision Amico video does. I think right now it's at about 62 views. Let's check how many likes. 6 likes. It's pretty good. Only 2 are mine. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think I only gave it 1 like of mine today. I'm surprised it isn't getting ratioed by like a whole bunch of people disliking it. I know a bunch of people tried doing that on my other Intellivision Amico video, but thankfully the Clone Evolution and Entropia community came together, maybe even a few Amico fans, or Intellivision fans. And then they gave me shitloads of likes to fucking help balance it out. Alright, we got a Gunyear print. I think that's the helicopter one, if anyone's wondering. Yeah, so if I had to guess, like really this... Well, I was just about to change it. This one... Yeah, let's change it and check. Now, if anyone wonders like how often I global doing the Sandren or Fuel Cell print, if I had to guess, I'm well over the 100,000, maybe 500,000 clicks. No globals yet. The closest thing I got was maybe 2 or 3 ped, or no, was I? Remember that one video? Didn't we get 10 ped from it? So that was pretty good. Yeah. So if you're wondering, like, oh, I'm gonna be, oh, there is another pretty good loot, 139. If you're planning on actually globaling using this print, you're probably wishful thinking. Unless I've just had really bad luck. Well, I shouldn't say no luck. This is actually how I won Crafting Mania. So technically that was a victory. Although I still lost money doing it. Because no one wants to buy the print. And so it's basically a useless reward. It's worth a lot, but no one wants it. There was like when it first came out, I got a whole ton of offers for it. I should have just sold it then. Well, not really, because now I can save it for my birthday episode. But yeah, I was getting really high offers. And I was like, hey, maybe demand will increase as time goes on. Because those other prints for the Crafting Mania will get all used up. And then mine will be the last one. And then it should go up in value. But the plan backfired because as time went on, people just forgot how good the print was. And now no one cares about it. Other than me, I guess. So that's what I'll be doing. I'll be doing the birthday crafting run for that. Kind of looking forward to that. I have a feeling that no one's going to show up to the birthday party anyways, like most of my parties, so... Well, I shouldn't say that. Now, when I was in high school, I decided to throw a end of high school party, like graduation party. I think it was, or it wasn't graduation, it was just end of the season or whatever, like summer holidays. And where I was staying, I have a massive backyard, so I was like, hey, oh, another PED 57. So I said, hey, everyone, tell everyone at school we can party in my backyard for the end of school party. And I didn't really think anyone would show up. And then a few hot chicks started coming up to me, and they're like, you do realize that a lot of people are coming to your party. I'm like, what do you mean? She's like, I hear everyone, every class talking about it, giving out your address, and everyone's coming. And I'm like, yeah, it can't be true. It's like, I'm not even really popular in the school, so why would everyone come to my party? What do you know? Fucking hundreds of people showed up. It's pretty funny. It all went good until some of the gang fights started happening. Oh, I can't even see what loot I'm getting because I moved it over. Oh, fucking chair frame. It's probably good I had it over it so I didn't have to see that. No, what happened was obviously, like when you throw a big party like that at a high school, rival gangs ended up showing up, so I was like, holy shit, how am I going to keep these gangs from like killing each other, right? Especially on my property. So the one gang was like this Asian gang where they had like a whole bunch of like, I don't know what they call them, like break dancers or whatever, those type of guys. And I was like, I really liked them because I was like, man, I'm into like the athletic stuff and shit. I wanted to see how they do some of their moves, some of their training techniques. But some of the gang members got a little wasted, and when they got out of control, they started picking up like, my backyard has pear trees and apple trees, so they started picking like little apples and little pears, and they started whipping them at my neighbor's dog. I was like, oh fuck, the dog got hit like really hard the one time and just was like yelping. I was like, guys, like fucking try not to be like hurting my neighbor's dogs, right? Like, and it was really sad. Like, my neighbor's dog was super nice to us his whole life, like at least 10 years. But after he got pelted with those pears and apples, he never came to the fence for us to allow him to pet him ever again. It's like he remembered that. So anyways, my one friend that had seen them doing that to the dogs, he was like gonna take it into his own hands to like try to get the situation resolved. But he did it the whole wrong way. He's like, oh, we don't want any Asian gang members here anymore. And I was like, man, you shouldn't really give all the gang or all the Asian people a hard time about what some of them did. It wasn't the whole gang that was throwing rocks or apples at the dog. So I think he came off as like a bit of a racist, but I was like, I think he just did it because he was feeling bad about what happened to the dog. So yeah, that was bad. And then what other happened was there's this another gang that was there, and they were like, I forget, I think it was like the Serbian gang or something like that. Now that's what happens when you live in a multicultural society. Usually everyone just makes their own ethnic gangs and then fights each other. But it's strength, I guess, because really in the long run, if you didn't have all these fights and stuff, you'd probably be a weak ass. Yeah, but anyways, there was like a gang that's like the hip hop guys, like they were all like into rap music and shit. And then the other gang was a rock and roll gang, like biker jackets guys and like biker gang type stuff. So then they decided to start fighting with each other. And I think like even weapons and stuff were getting involved. So what I did is I talked to someone from the Serbian gang, like this one giant Serbian guy. Can't remember his name, Dragic or something like that. But anyways, like he started doing security for my party. I'm like, man, if I give you some booze and weed, can you fucking help do security? He's like, oh yeah, he loves doing security because he's a fucking giant. Like I think in high school he was like 7 feet, like almost 300 pounds. So he was like way bigger than all the kids or teenagers or whatever. And that's what used to happen too. We'd have a lot of people that come over from other countries and they would fake their age when they got into Canada. I was talking to this one guy, he was like 25 and he was telling the high schools that he was 18. So here he is, like this really old adult guy, like in high school. And I was like, that was really weird. And it wasn't uncommon. There was a lot of people doing that. I don't know what it is when you come from other countries. It's easier to fake your birth certificate or birth certificate. Yeah, that's what. All right, let's get out of from between the T's. I'm wasting a lot of clicks doing that. Let's do a few full condition. Wasted even more. You gotta make up for those huge crafting losses by her. What is it? Auction losses by losing even more on crafting. That'll get my mind off of it. Yeah, so what happened was with the gangs fighting is the Serbian guy at least escorted a few of the people that were like getting really heated into the arguments and got them off my property, and then they went onto the train tracks, and then that's where they started their gang wars, fighting each other. But other than that, it was a pretty wild party. There was one of my neighbors, he was like, holy cow, man, your party is like out of control. I'm gonna call the cops and stuff. And I was like, don't worry, man. As soon as 11 o'clock comes, that's when we get the fucking noise complaint bylaw stuff. So I was like, as soon as that hits, I'm cutting the music and saying party's over. So that's what we did. We rocked that party until fucking 11 o'clock at night. I cut it off the music. Everyone yelled at me and was like, hey man, you jackass, turn the music back on. The party's just getting good. And I was like, sorry guys, it's too fucking loud, right? It's like, my neighbors are already freaking. Yeah, and so, yeah, I guess it wasn't the very last day of school. I think it was the second last day of school that I had that party. So, oh, I know what it was. It was the official last day of school, but then when we came back to do our exams, because you like even after school's over, sometimes you have to come back and do some exams. Everyone was like, "Oh, what a great party!" And thankfully, no one got hurt that bad, I guess, except for maybe the dog. I felt bad about that. What a nice dog, too. He was like the friendliest dog I'd ever met, and I couldn't believe that the people did that to him. But you know, sometimes when you're a kid, you make stupid mistakes, right? Like, I don't want to be blaming those guys for making a mistake. I'm sure they're probably sorry for it now in retrospect, if they even remember. Right, so I'm losing large. I've had enough of this losses. Now let's do some more losses. Yeah, oh god. I still can't believe I got screwed so bad on the auction sales. I really wish no one just would have bought it and then I could have just paid the auction fee losses. Oh well. Alright, now we're getting a few successes. Still pretty pathetic though, right? I don't know, it's like a good succession of successes and near success. Lucky I stayed and just didn't give up. Yeah, let's move it. There's no more coming. We'll go to the tip of the queue. The Q-tip. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Whew. There's that turkey dinner for you. But yeah, that was the one thing I was going to show you guys too. I was kind of surprised. It's like I knew I had the big turkey dinner coming up, so I'm like, shit, if I want to be able to eat this turkey dinner and not pack in the pounds, I'm just going to fast the whole day and do like the one meal a day thing that Raven Jade was talking about. Now, she was sharing some of her successes. I'm really glad for her. Just as long as she doesn't overdo it, make her boobs too small. Nah, sorry guys, I gotta get my mind out of the gutter. I'm horrible. Alright, so let's bring up some of the success that I've been having recently. I was so shocked that I actually had success at this point. Yeah, so I weighed in this morning and I managed to still go down to 203.4. Maybe that one meal a day thing wasn't so bad. I was able to even eat a turkey dinner and not pack on the pounds. So let's see, how close am I to reaching the out of the yellow? Still a ways to go. Fuck, I gotta get down to 194. Shit, still a long ways. Alright, let's check the trends though. I like seeing that. Alright, so at least I'm still trending down. That's pretty good. Let's check the muscle thing. It's probably all lost muscle. Fuck. You piece of shit. Alright, I really gotta stop checking that muscle thing. I'm just gonna hope it's wrong. There's no point arguing with my scale. It probably is right, but it's extremely frustrating. Like, really? If I'm fasting and working out, why the hell am I losing muscle and not fat? Stupid body. It's like, what did you ever do for me? At least that Tylenol's starting to kick in. My fucking head isn't pounding as bad. Whew. Oh yeah, we're getting absolute bullshit for prints here. Well, I guess that gun ear print wasn't so bad. I shouldn't be giving it a heart. Oh, I just got another print and another bullshit print. Jeez. My phone's beeping. I have no idea what those noises mean. Hopefully it's hot babes messaging me. It's like, can't kill you to dream, can it? Now, I shouldn't say I never get hot babes messaging me. Occasionally I do, but still the whole freaking world situation. I can't even leave my house for more than a few hours, so I don't really have time for hot babes, even if I wanted to. Yeah, it's just kind of driving me to drink. I think, man, November 1st or 2nd, once I finish the October, I think I'm going to plow back that entire bottle of mead, and I'm going to vaporize a whole bunch of ton of weed, and a whole bunch of vapor oil, and a whole bunch of hash, and who knows, maybe someone will even spike me with mushrooms. Just kidding. Now, I was even tempted to have a cigarette the other day. I was like, Jesus. It's like, come on, get your act together. So just because you haven't had anything in your lungs for that long doesn't mean you should start smoking cigarettes. Freaking disgusting. Now, I'm very lucky. Every time I start smoking, I at least hate the habit enough that I have some willpower to quit because I actually hate it. Right, today's brutal Rocktropia auction losses were brought to you by fucking crack. Crack, it'll make you make fucking stupid mistakes. Not that I was on crack when I did that, fuck, I wish I was. Then I would have an excuse for being such an idiot. It's like, oh, you got some profits from all your crafting runs, did ya? Bring them to Rocktropia and sell them for nothing. Oh well. Come on, it's like, I've lost thousands and I even lost tens of thousands of dollars in real life, so I shouldn't be complaining about a few cents. It's like, come on, man, remember the better days of losing thousands. I was telling some people about the accident history story. I don't know if I was telling you guys, but it was so funny because, what was it? The bank wouldn't give me a loan, even though I had the highest credit rating possible, and I had a steady job for years and years, no debt, even like the deposit I needed in cash, well, in my account, for the loan. So I had the down payment, the job, and the high credit rating. And there was this woman from, well, I won't give too many details about the woman. I know it's the victimhood. I'm like, oh, it's the woman out to get me. But anyways, yeah, she was really mean. It's like every time I went to her office, she was like negative Nancy. Every time I asked her a question, she would just give me negative responses over and over and over again. I'm like, if I wanted someone to tell me stuff I can't do, I would just go and talk to a homeless person, lady. They'd have lots of ideas of stuff I can't do. When I'm here for financial advice, I'm asking for like things I can do, like things that are good, right? Like, I don't want someone just fucking ripping me the whole time. Yeah, and then she was like, oh, we got all these new loan rules where you can't get a loan unless you've had the same job for 6 years. It doesn't even matter if you upgraded jobs or you got injured at work or anything. It has to be 6 years of never missing any time off work. Same job. So I'm like, okay, fine. Went, did the fucking 6 years minus 2 weeks, and then got injured with that concussion. So I was like, I was fucking 2 weeks away after 6 years of fucking work to get that fucking loan. And then in the retrospect, I was thinking maybe it was like the Chinese farmer. If I got that loan and moved up north and got a property, something probably bad would have happened there. And it was just like the creator doing his thing, like, hey, you got something else you're supposed to be doing. Don't go up north and isolate yourself from everyone. And the internet sucks up really bad up north, so I wouldn't be able to probably be doing these shows, or at least not near as many of them, because I would never be able to upload them all in time. So yeah, that's probably, maybe things worked out for the best. So never underestimate when you get a crowbar to the face, maybe it's actually for the best. Now, if anyone wants some of the gory details, it's like, yeah, I took a crowbar to the face. Not only that, but it was a machine that hit me with like over like 2,000 pounds pressure. So it's like I don't even know how my skull just didn't explode like a watermelon, but I don't know. The only thing I can gather is that my neck actually took a lot of the impact, and I think I broke my neck. I've never actually had an x-ray since the accident. I begged our Canadian healthcare system and they just refused me. They're basically saying either you pay us or pay someone in the States to give you healthcare, or sorry sir, you're on your own. And it's the whole thing too. They have to look at people and judge whether or not they're wasting the resources. So probably when they see me came in, I'm like a really big, strong guy. So it's like I could probably have like my body half broken. They're like, oh, you're okay. But that's probably the same victimhood thing again. It's like I'm always thinking people that are short and small always assume bigger people are stronger than them. Well, probably because they are in most cases. Yeah, so I try not to get too down in the dumps in life. Anyone else have some pretty amazing horror stories? No, how I think that I broke my neck is before the accident, I used to always have like this really weird hook in my neck. Where it's like, you know, you hunch too often, you feel like you've started to adjust your spine, it's not really the same shape it should be anymore. And I always was able to fit my fingers between when I stretched and I could feel it pop. And then after I got my neck crushed in the accident, the whole shape of my neck drastically changed. It was no longer the same shape anymore. So I was like, holy shit, my impact was so severe that it actually moved how my neck was placed. And then when I went to chiropractors to confirm it, oh yeah, they're like, shit man, like your neck is like a really weird shape. And then I was telling them about the accident, and they're like, oh, there's no way an accident could cause that. I'm like, well, you're talking to the person who just experienced it, so you're probably not going to get me to agree with you too much in that regard, but I'll just give you the benefit of the doubt because you're a doctor and I'm trying not to argue with someone who should know more than me. No, I think I cracked my skull in 3 places and broke my neck and I couldn't even get an x-ray. It's like, sorry sir, you gotta go home, take some Tylenol, see what you can do on your own. Well, they did stitch me up, so I'll give Canada Healthcare that. They stitched up my skull and sent me home, and the guy that did the stitches, at first I was like really hard on him because I found out he badly screwed up the stitches when I got to my other doctor, and they actually gave me other bad medical advice. Like if you get a really bad scar, like a stitching somewhere, some people say put vitamin E on it, and other people will say don't. And then I found out the reasoning behind that is if you put vitamin E on your cuts, they will never heal. So it keeps them moist, and cuts have to dry out to heal. But the vitamin E is supposed to do something else to like speed up heatings or healing. So technically what you're supposed to do, I guess, is just put a little bit of vitamin E for the first day, but then afterwards maybe rub it off so that it dries out. I don't know. So the first nurse came in and saw my cut, and she's like, oh yeah, it's like if you've been putting vitamin E on this the whole time, you're going to get a really bad scar because you're supposed to let it dry out and heal, not keep it moist. And then when she tried to take the stitches out, I ended up pushing her across the room by accident. And I couldn't figure it out because like I was thinking like everyone's like, why does your cut still hurt? And I'm like, I don't know, it fucking stings so bad I can't even touch it or I'll fucking freak. And then I'm like trying to warn the nurse that I'm like, yeah, my cut still hurts really bad, even though it's like, it looks like it's almost healed. Like almost all the blood and everything was gone, like no scabs even. It's just like all you had to do is take the stitches out. And then what happened is the nurse came and she was like trying to take the stitches out, and my body just instinctively pushed her across the room. Holy, I got a Slipner print. Or no, a Strider MK2. That sounds really good. Holy shit, Strider MK2, I don't even think I've ever heard of that. Woohoo! I wish there was more clicks, but man, I'll take it. No, so I apologized to her. I'm saying, I'm sorry, lady. It's like I didn't actually mean to push you across the room. It's just the pain hurt so bad. My arms, like, you know when you hit your reflexes on your knee and it kicks out? Like I developed a lot of martial arts training, and usually I have those instinctive reactions. So it's like if someone was to punch me in the face, I'd probably just instinctively elbow them in the jaw without even having to think about it. So when someone was like pulling cuts out of my head, it was like, whoa, push them across the room instinctively. And she was a pretty big nurse and stuff, so she was able to take it, and she was like, she was freaked out, but she was like, let me get the other doctor to get these stitches out. I'm not touching you ever again. And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, right? Yeah, so the other doctor came and he's like, what the hell is going on? Your cut looks like it's actually already healed. Why can't they get the stitches out? I'm like explaining to him, like, look, doc, I don't know what's going on, but fucking it hurts really bad. And then what I found out is when the other doctor was putting the stitches in, he put it right through one of my main nerves. So it's like I had a fucking thread going right through the center of one of my main nerves. So when you get a fucking nerve, like, acting like direct pain, it's hard to control it. It fucking hurts like hell, right? So what he did is like, he's like, okay, guy, it's like, I can do this for you, but I'm going to do it really, really slow and like surgically to remove this. So he did it and he got it out with no pain. I was like, oh, thank God. I was worried I was going to push him across the room too. Yeah, and as soon as he took the thread like out of the nerve, what a pressure release. I was like, holy, it felt like my head all of a sudden stopped throbbing and felt better. So I was kind of like going to give the doctor at the hospital a hard time for how he did the stitches, but technically I should have warned him, because when he was doing the stitches, he gave me the freezing, and he's doing the stitching, he's like, stitch, stitch, stitch. He's like, all right, you're handling the pain great. I'm like, what pain? I didn't even feel anything. And then as soon as he got to one of the middle stitches, all of a sudden he went through the nerve. I was like, holy fuck, that hurt. And he's like, okay. And then he just kept going. So it's like, I should have realized that he went into a nerve and that triggered the pain even with the freezing. But when he did the stitches, he was so good that my fucking cut managed to heal with almost no scar. And it was like a cut, like splitting my head open across the whole forehead right down to my eyebrow. So I was like, holy shit, to get no scar from that in your like late 30s, that's pretty amazing stitches. So I don't want to be bashing the guy completely, and it was quite of an adventure, now that I know what it's like to have a stitch put through your nerves. I want to go check out what the Strider looks like. How much time? Yeah, we're right at the end of the episode too. Alright, big thanks, Next Alan. Now that cheers me up. Like, even though this print's probably not worth anything, just getting a little bit of positive news was good. I love positive news. Makes me happy when times are gray. I don't know why I left that booth. I could have just went and checked there, but it was a little bit packed with people, so I figured maybe... Oh, there's another construction one here. I think I might have had the Strider before and I just forgot. But let's check it out. We'll check it out. Yeah, you can see these vehicle crafting runs. If you get luck with prints, it'll make or break your run, right? You can tell some of the luck I've had for prints hasn't been the greatest, getting these windscreens and rubber lists and chair frames. But man, as soon as you start getting the thrusters or some other prints with high markup, Strider. Next island. Holy mother. You see the markup on this Strider print, or is it just me? That's freaking sweet. Around 13,000. Can you imagine this print was like at 80 or 90 clicks? Oh, that would have been nice. Okay, so even though it was low clicks, I'm definitely happy with this crafting run. Let's give it a total. It's probably only like 5 or 10 pen, or not even, but 0.13 times. Let's give the highest decade markup, just because it's got 69 in it. I love that number. Makes me very sad most days, but I'm low. I miss it. Alright, 0.13 times 1,369% equals, ooh, 17 ped. Holy, can you imagine? Let's just interest sake. What would have happened if this was like a 90 click? And I'm definitely not going to Rocktropia to sell this print on auction. I guarantee you that. I won't make that mistake again. Oh my god. But, see, it's a Chinese farmer. One mistake led to something better. See, if I would have got some, like, a full, like, more clicks, that would have been over 100 ped return just from that. Alright, so anyone want to see what the Strider looks like? I don't even know what kind of vehicle it is. I can't recall ever crafting one before. And probably even if I did, I wouldn't recall it either. Okay, stop making fun of myself. Jeez, such a jackass. That's what I was thinking, explaining to Tommy. Like, man, when you see me making fun of your video game system or being critical of it, I shouldn't say making fun, because I still like it. Man, it's not just you that I do it to. I'm very critical of myself as well. Pretty much everyone and everything. Turning into that grumpy old man. All I need is a hot babe to cheer me up. Hopefully. Oh, the Strider. Alright, so that's that thing. So I'm able to craft Striders now. That's pretty sweet. How much is the markup on these? 500%. So crafting it isn't really the greatest, but let's check out the fuel value. Fuel consumption 0.9. Is that for real? What was the other one I was saying? Let's compare it. Holy shit, it even uses less oil than the Spear MK3. So you know what I'm crafting myself? Crafting myself a Strider. I don't care if people don't want to buy it. I want it. Yeah, so this will be my new vehicle to get around. Oh, that's the only thing. Can the Strider fly? I think the Spear MK1 or 3 could be. I could be wrong about it, but I'm pretty sure you can fly with it. Where does it say? Does it say anywhere on the stats? Yeah, I like how the Spear is like one of the only water vehicles we've had in a while. So if anyone's looking for a water type vehicle and they're disappointed that there's not many in the game, just let me know. I can craft you up some water ones. Oh, this one can go across water and swamps too. I think I already have a Strider, but it's one of the limited ones, right? Or ones that decay just from driving it without even hitting anything. Alright, so we'll make this the show cover for today. The Strider. Woohoo! Yes! Alright, I'm gonna need a nap at some point today, boy. Alright, Patreon, if you can help out with that, you're cool. Society 6, Swagbucks, GameKit, Hideout, Bitcoin, and the virtual maid sex machine that's for adults and men only. Ladies need a sex machine, they know who to call. Now, I was just messaging this company that does the virtual mate, asking them what's the deal, because I noticed on their website they posted that they started shipping out to backers, and I haven't actually gotten mine yet. I was hoping to do like a product opening, definitely not a demonstration, unless some ladies want to help me with that. No, but anyways, yeah, it's like, so I'm going to try to find out what's going on. If anyone else has ordered it and got theirs, maybe they could let me know, or probably not, because everyone's going to be embarrassed. But yeah, isn't it funny how it's like guy sex toys are considered taboo, but if women have dildos, it's like the greatest thing ever. Equal rights, right? Equality. Anyway, so it's like, let's see, what else am I forgetting? The Entropia Zine's got some information. I'm going to try to link that events thing that I just found today. Yeah, big shout out to all the people sweating on Next Island. You guys are the great. I appreciate you guys calling me celebrities. That's kind of nice. Kind of helped cheers me up after that huge Rocktropia mistake. So maybe that's why I made such a mistake. It's because I'm such a famous celebrity. Yeah, right. But anyways, what else was there? Raven Jades, yeah, she's got the coolest vampire stuff in Entropia. Check out her shop on Rocktropia, Arcadia. She does YouTubing. She also gives a shout out to my show. That's the main reason I'm helping her out. I swear it has nothing to do with her amazing cleavage. I was going to specify cleavage. I haven't actually seen Raven Jade's full boobs. She said she's going to do an OnlyFans thing, but I haven't heard any updates on that, so no good news to report there yet. Alright, take care everyone. What else was there? If you happen to get any Strider pieces in your vaporizer and they taste like shit, then give the show a dislike. If that doesn't happen, you can give the show a like. I really appreciate it. If you can give the show a dislike and offer some constructive criticism too, I always appreciate that, guys. Don't feel bad about giving the show dislikes. I'm not one of those people that can't handle the truth, or at least I pretend not to be able to handle it, or can handle it. Anyways, I'm going to go have a nap, and make sure you never purchase the products from my sponsor, because it will ruin your life. Bye for now.